Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be showing you how to clip out geospatial data and import that into Unity Engine as a 3D format. So we will be using Cesium Ion, and Cesium Ion recently just introduced a new tool, or a new feature I should say, that allows you to clip out portions of real world geospatial satellite data and then ingest those as a GLTF format into a 3D engine. So we're going to take a look into how we can clip out any satellite data of any real world location and ingest that into Unity Engine. All right, so to get started with Cesium Ion, we want to set up a Cesium Ion account. So we can do that from cesium.com. So we can go ahead and set up our account. There is a free personal account that's limited in its use. And there's also a commercial account if you want to go ahead and pay that monthly fee. For purposes of this tutorial, we'll be using the free personal account. But once you've set up your account, then you have access to your Cesium account, your profile. From your Cesium profile, you can navigate to your clips. It is from here where we will be creating our clip that we're going to clip and snip and later put inside Unity Engine. So this is where all your clips are stored. Now, before we go ahead and create our clip, we want to go ahead and go to the Asset Depot. So the Asset Depot stores some of the photogrammetry and 3D files and point clouds and just general geosatellite data that you can use with your personal license. So for purposes of this tutorial, I've loaded the Melbourne, Australia photogrammetry set, which is it's free for users here. You'll see this one right here. So you can go ahead and select this asset and add it to my assets. Once you've added the Melbourne photogrammetry, this one, once you've added the Melbourne photogrammetry, you can then go to clips and do create clip. From here, you can select 3D tiles because that's what we're going to be creating. We're going to be creating a 3D tile. You can click next, and here it's going to ask you which dataset, 3D tile dataset, do you want to visualize. Now we want to do the Melbourne photogrammetry. It loads up the 3D elements of Melbourne. Here, we'll give it a minute here. Okay, now that the photogrammetry has been loaded inside Cesium Ion, we can move forward with our clip and snip. So what we want to do is we want to select the area that we want to clip out of Cesium. Now, for purposes of this tutorial, I have selected the Melbourne Museum, which is over here. So this is the Melbourne, Australia Museum, and we're gonna clip this portion of the geosatellite imagery so that we can save it as a GLTF file, and then once we save it as a GLTF file, we can then import it into Unity Engine. So to go ahead and clip this area, we can place our points. So now we have this bounded area. The area that is lit up is the area that you're going to clip. Now you can also adjust this area by dragging the corner points here as well. So here I'll just make sure I have good coverage over my museum area. I'll get a little bit of the surrounding part green. Now once I'm pretty satisfied with my clip, then I can commit to it. I can click next. It's going to ask me what would I like to name my exported file. Now here it also gives you the option to select your file format. We want to select GLTF, and here I will name it as Esteban underscore Melbourne Museum. And now we select create clip. Your clip is being created. We can now go back to clips, and now we see Esteban Melbourne Museum. So now it will appear in your clip library. It currently has a status of in progress, so it's currently being generated, but now the status has switched over to complete. So at this point, you'll notice that there is a download. There's a download icon over here, so we can select that, and it downloads the GLTF file, which will be exported as a .gob file, but you can see this right here. So that GLB file is the file that we are going to bring into Unity Engine. Okay, now back in Unity, there's two things that we need to do before we can import our GLTF file. First, we need to install the GLTF Fast Unity plugin, and then we also need to install the Draco mesh compression plugin. So both of those things are going to be installed via the package manager. So you can go plus add package by name, and you type in com.unity.cloud.gltf fast. Go ahead and add, and it's going to install the package via the package manager. So we'll let that run for a bit. Okay, now that the GLTF Fast plugin for Unity has been installed, we can now move on to install the Draco mesh compressor. So same procedure, plus add package by name, com.unity.cloud.draco. Hit add, and that's going to install the Draco package. Now that we have those two packages installed via the package manager, now we're set and ready to open the GLTF format that we just clipped and snipped from Cesium Ion. So now what we can do is we can find our file from our downloads, our Esteban Melbourne Museum.gob. All we need to do is drag that file over to our project window, and it imports, and here it is, Esteban Museum, Melbourne Museum.gob. Once it's in our project, then we can treat it as any normal .fbx, .obj, any normal 3D format file that Unity natively supports. So we can drag this into our scene view, and there it is. That is our Melbourne Museum. So this is a portion of satellite imagery, geospatial imagery that we were able to clip. We selected exactly what we wanted out of the geospatial satellite imagery. We clipped that, it exported it as a GLTF file. We then imported it into Unity Engine, and now you have this satellite imagery that you can use as you wish for your project. All right, well, that completes the walkthrough, but do let me know how you end up using Cesium Ion, how you end up using the tools and the features in your projects. What do you end up using satellite imagery for? How do you integrate that? Feel free to drop a comment, and I'll see you next time.